Welcome back to Hillside Tractor Tracks, and today I have a modification that I'm going to be doing to my 1025R. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen my very first video that was posted this many months ago, prior to this recording, but one of my modifications wish list that I wanted to do was to change out the four-wheel drive engage lever. Now, thanks to Uncle Sam for not taking all of my money and giving it some of it back, I had enough money to splurge on this lever. Now, this lever essentially sticks up so that it's easier to reach, and it makes it easier to engage four-wheel drive. Let me show you. So if we come around to where the four-wheel drive engagement lever is, that's it right there. And unfortunately, now that I notice it, the sticker is gone, so I can't reuse that. But underneath this panel is two bolts, which go through these two holes, which is holding this round stock into place. Now to get to that, we have two bolts, one right there, and then one right there, that we have to remove. So in theory, this should be a relatively easy modification. I know that engaging the four-wheel drive is pretty simple, and I apologize you don't have the best angle, but essentially what I have to do to engage is I have to move my leg, and then bend down, and engage it like that. It's now engaged. And it's not that difficult, but it's a process that could be improved upon. Now, I know that this is just like a mild inconvenience, but it's still an inconvenience. I've seen another YouTuber make his own lever, so that was more or less the inspiration to actually get this modification. And when he was doing this project, apparently all he needed was a 13mm socket, a 10mm socket, and a magnet, and a bunch of extensions for the sockets. So I'm curious if it's just that easy, and we'll find out together. So unfortunately, there's really no good way for me to work on this and not get in the way and be able to show you everything. So I'll do my best. If there's anything of importance that I need to point out to you, I'll move you in closer. But until then, you'll get mostly my hands, maybe my gut, and then the back of my head when I lean in and do something. So the first thing that gentleman said was to engage four-wheel drive so you have a little bit of clearance to maneuver. So we're going to push that down, and what that does is it allows a little bit more access to that bolt right there. Now, according to him, underneath that washer is a bushing that we will have to make sure that comes out so we don't lose it. He also mentioned that that should be a 10mm. I have the notorious 10mm right here. And we will see. Oh, let's not lose the 10mm. See, that fits right there. And that appears to be, nope, that's not a 10mm. Let's try the 13. Or maybe this back one is a 10mm. Yeah, this back one's a 10mm. Which means that this front one must be a 13. Hey, look at that. We learned something together. So, let's do this. Okay, yep. That is a 13mm. Okay. So we have the nut, well, the bolt, the washer, and there is in fact a bushing. Let's see if it's magnetic. It is. So be sure not to lose that. And now we're going to do the same with the rear. And for this, I will actually just lift up the seat to give myself a little bit more visual room. No, I'll be right back. I'm going to get an extension because he did say an extension. Hey, look at me. I actually have it. Just like so. Okay. And now the fun part of taking off the plastic. Looks pretty straightforward. Let me drop this down. Unengaged 4-wheel drive. And just kind of slide it forward. Just like so. So once the cover is off, this is what it looks like. It looks like a mess. But if we follow the rod, not the best, but there's 2 bolts right there that you can kind of see. Oh, there we go. So we have to undo those 2. And I believe those look like that they're 13. And I might need another extension. So I grabbed 2 more extensions to add on to the one that I already have. And we have about 2 feet of extension. And I even decided to grab this universal joint. I think some people might call this a wobbler or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But the person that I watched, he had something very similar that allowed the bit to kind of move around. So hopefully, I'm sure it'll be useful. This part might be a little boring for you because I'm going to have to see what I'm doing. I can't think of any good way of showing you what I'm doing. So I'll do it. You'll just have to trust me. And I'll let you know if anything crazy happens. Okay, looking down. I'll tell you what. This is not... Oh, I'm on it. Okay, so I successfully latched onto one. And let's try to break it free. Oh my god, I did it! I know this is not like god tier entertainment, but it's the simple things really in life that brings joy to me. Okay. So now the next big thing is not to drop the bolt, and that's why he suggested using a magnetic wand. So I'm going to retract this, and hopefully I don't. Oh, maybe there's still some threads. Okay, seems like that's not coming loose. Let's get this on standby. Okay, so it's just kind of sitting in there, which is good. I have it on the magnet. And boom. One down, one to go. Put in space, that's not gonna get lost. Definitely get this. Use the universal. The U-joint adapter. Definitely a win, and having 2 feet of extension. Oh my god. Who would have thought? And there's 2. Oh my god. Nice. So from here, I'm going to put it back into 2, just so it provides me a better angle. And, well, unless I can pull it out from this angle. We'll see. Okay, so I can just keep it in that position, and it just slides right out. So let's compare the 2. We have the original and then the new. So you can see that it follows the same path. My only concern right now is this being outwards. I'm curious if this is going to snag up on anything. So I might have to make adjustments. But it's higher. I might have to like bend it right there to go more up. Let's see how it fits. Like seats once it's in. So putting this in. Let's see. What am I getting snagged up on? Oh! I wonder if this is going to be in the way. I was like, what am I getting snagged up on? And yeah, I think I'm getting snagged up on the parking brake. Oh my god. Look at that. Yeah, so I'm going to have to make a couple small bends. Oh my god. So, fun fact, the extension, or the new bar for the 4-wheel drive engagement that you can buy on Amazon is not compatible with the 2023 John Deere model. However, I am stubborn. I spent good money on this, so I will make this work. So, if we look at this part, everything works until it gets to this bend right here. Because it goes up, that's fine. It goes over, that's fine. And then it kind of goes towards the parking brake, and it's hitting on that elbow. So, I'm thinking if we bend this upwards a little bit, that'll make some extra clearance. Now keep in mind, this is also in the engaged position. So if we bend this up a little bit, and then we bend this out a little bit to compensate, we should be fine. So we just need to bend this elbow out a little bit, and then bend this elbow out a little bit to compensate. Now, I don't know how strong this material is, or how much I need to bend it. All I know is I need to bend it just a smidge. Just a smidgen. And, that's what I'm afraid of. I think I need to get some persuasion. I've returned and I have 2 forms of persuasion. I have a regular hammer, And then I have a splitting maul. Unfortunately, I don't have anything in between to try to persuade it. So we will see how it goes. We need to push, that way. So I think I'm going to use this. Start heavy, regret it later. Make sure this is locked in. I'm going to try to hit it as flat as possible. Oh! Oh! So, let's try that again. And it's gone! Extra love taps of support. Oh, dude, that feels so much better. Shifted, so I shift with it. Clamp down a little bit more. And so I'm gonna go back to the tractor, see if that helped at least a little bit before I start whacking on it anymore. So if you take a look at it now, you can see that it still kind of touches it. I mean, I don't have it bolted in, so it might stand up a little bit. But there's enough room between the seat and the knob. And, I mean, this... Wait, is this engaged? No, this is not even engaged. So, it kind of rides on this a little bit, but I'm okay with that. And then if we engage the parking brake, yeah, I am okay with that. Okay, now that I know that, in theory, it should work, it's time for reassembly. And, yeah. Once again, there's really no good way to show you guys this. So, you'll have to believe me, but essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the magnet to get as close to the hole, maybe put in a couple threads, and then ratchet it back in. But in terms of visibility, there's like close to none. And this is being so stubborn. Yeah, I might just remove the seat just so I have more visibility. So let's see. Seat has one of these fancy dancy clips. My clip, fancy dancy clips. That's what I'm talking about. And then has a washer, which my gloves cannot access. So, remove said washer. Do not lose said thing. And we have the seat bar. So now we can just move the entire seat. That's what I can probably do is use this bar that I took for the seat. Use it to remove said bolt from magnet. And I can now go down with this. Man, this is such a process. Carefully. Carefully. Oh, do we have something? We got it! Sweet. Okay, now to do that again. Oh god. I think Elastic Man from the Fantastic Fours ever had an issue like this. Oh my god. Oh my god, I got a thread. Guys, oh my god. I thought I was just spinning it, like, but no, I was threading it in. Oh my god. Okay, so Zen 4, Zen 2, 4, 2. Awesome. So I'm replanning on using this cap. Right now it's not coming off, so I might have to hit it with a heat gun real quick. And then it should pop off, and I can put it on that one. But for now, I'm going to leave it on. Now let's reinstall the seat. That's important. Fun fact, this seat's heavier than it looks. Oh my god. And that right there. Boom. The bar for the seats back in. And time to put the clip back on. Unless you drop it. No! No! I finally got it. Oh my god. But let's try this again without dropping it this time. I think that would be very much appreciated on my end. If I could not drop it. Come on. Woo! That is in. Okay, sweet, we are almost done. We now need to put the cover back on. Okay, so just confirming, that's where the washer and bolt goes. I need to somehow get these two to work with each other so I can, get this on. And I'm not seeing an easy way unless I do a small incision right there. So I'm going to do that. I'll be right back. I don't want to, but there's just no way that... Oh, no, take that back. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh my god. We just need to sneak this by. This is just for the trap. Oh my god, I almost made a mistake. So I'll go like that. And boom. I almost made a mistake. Okay, so let's start with the 10 mil first, which is back here. Now, just a reminder, it's just the bolt with a washer. It is being held on by a kind of like a clip nut. So don't torque it down too aggressively. That's snug. Raise it up. That's down. We're going to put bushing back. The washer and bolt in. Just like so. Gonna do it from the side. Let me just use this. This one we can be a little bit more aggressive with, but I still probably wouldn't go too tight. Okay. And let me snug up the back one more time for good measures. Make sure that's in good standing. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. Guys, if you can see this, this is way better. So I moved the lever from down here to now up here. Let me get on and let's see how it fits. So just sitting down, I'm not feeling it, which is good. As a reminder, if I wanted to engage the 4-wheel drive, I would have had to move my leg and bend down. Now, I can feel it right here. Oh my God. I just reach down and just, boom. Yeah, that is so much better. I might bend it out a smidge later on, but that is considerably better. And I am baffled that John Deere doesn't do this to begin with. So, thanks guys for watching. This was my little project for the weekend. Nice cloudy day project, and I'm looking forward to this spring. I have a bunch of cleanup I need to do, and yeah, can't wait to make more videos for you guys. So that being said, as always, the adventure continues.